Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching this special January edition of Hennessy's Great Baking Show. Today is going to be our special tamale edition. I've been thinking about doing this episode for as long as I've had this show, and I'm so glad I'm finally going to be able to do it. This won't be my first time making tamales. I've actually made them about twice in the past, but it'll be my first time making like a fully plant-based tamale recipe. So I'll actually have two vegan tamale recipes for you, and then the other one is just a vegetarian recipe that includes cheese instead of vegan cheese. I'm so excited to show you all that's going to be involved. It's a very long process, so this is going to be a very fun kind of just opportunity to show you all how to do this. The reason why this is pre-recorded right now, I'm not actually in my kitchen at the time that you're watching this. I mean, unless I'm like in my PJs, you know, drinking and like chilling with you all. The reason why this is pre-recorded is because tamales take like 3 hours to make. And we're also going to be making our special secret dessert recipe, which is vegan empanadas. Those are actually being baked because it is Hennessy's Great Baking Show, but I like to cook as well. I'll be showing you all how to make that. Lots of different steps, so I will be including recipes for you all so that you can follow along and hope that it's really helpful. And for all of those of you that are new to this show, we like to have fun over here, and so any single time that you see me like drop something, or I can't find something, or I have to wash a plate or a utensil before I use it, you can drink. Just take whatever you're drinking on this lovely Sunday brunch this afternoon and take a sip of that. Now, Media Meltdown is not responsible. Media Meltdown and I are not responsible for any excessive alcohol consumption or water consumption or juice consumption or Jamaica consumption or horchata consumption that you all may be engaging with right now. So please just, you know, I don't know, if I'm dropping a lot of stuff, maybe just like chill out on the drinking and do something else. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you all how to make these delicious recipes. There's a lot of steps. First thing to go over with you all is, of course, to make tamales, you're going to want corn husks. You can actually also make them with banana leaves. The first time I did, I actually made it with banana leaves. But what you want to do is to get them pliable and stuff, you're going to want a big bag like this. Is you're actually going to take a boiling pot over here. I have this water, I think it's still just starting to boil, and you're just going to plop these all inside your boiling water for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then after that you're going to drain them, and then they're all going to be drained, and then it'll be nice and pliable and clean, because I swear some of these are like, I don't know if these dark spots are like mold or like something like that, so like let's get these nice and clean, and then after that we'll go on to the next steps. But we are doing things a little bit out of order. So I have basically, we got to make the tamale mix. We got two fillings for you all, but we also have the desserts. Now the desserts require a lot of, these are like, see, I took a tip from Lucille Liqueur, who is one of my amazing co-hosts that appear on this show, and she had the genius idea to basically print things out, and so I'm copying her. I have the recipes here, but for the pumpkin spice empanadas, yes, they are our dessert empanadas. Our pumpkin spice empanadas, we will have to chill everything for about 4 hours. I don't know when this show is actually going to be finished. It is like, we started a little bit late. It's like almost 5 o'clock right now. It's going to be really fun when this is done in about 4 hours. But we're going to need to go ahead and create the fillings and the dough for this first. So let's go ahead and start with that. Alright, so while I was getting a few things ready for the pumpkin empanadas, this is actually coming to a nice rolling boil. So we're actually going to take all of our corn husks over here. I don't know if all of them can fit. I'm going to try. This is why I have a Dutch oven here. It's going to have a nice big pot. I'm also going to be using a Tamale Steamer later, but that's really big, so it's going to take a long time to heat up. So we're just going to put these guys... Yeah, might as well just use all of them. All in here. Ooh, okay. Alright, how are we going to get this to fit? I am doing my best here. I want to say I used my Tamale Steamer the last time. And yeah, you kind of just push it. Ooh, this is like boiling hot. I don't know if I'm going to get them all to fit. I want them to soften. Maybe there's not enough water. This is very dangerous. This water's like boiling right now. Anyway, Basically, the way to push it down is you take a heat-proof, why are there hairs here, ceramic like container, and you kind of just like push it down. Or I guess at this point I could just use my lid here. This is not working out very well. I think we're gonna have to take some of these out. Oh, okay, they're softening up. Maybe the steam. Ooh, maybe the steam will actually like completely soften these up. Let's see. What if I just try it? I mean, this won't catch on fire or anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna push this down. Okay, we're gonna try it. Normally you would want the water to fill up, I think, this pot over here, and then you would want to get all like nice and soft. But it's through the water, and it's not the steam, but I'm sure the steam helps. And then you just go ahead and you heat it up for 30 minutes over here. Or 45. We're just gonna do 30 minutes since everything's kind of 31, kind of on a timer here anyway. And so yeah, we're just gonna let this guy sit for about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we're actually gonna create the pumpkin filling. Now this is gonna be interesting because I'm working with an ingredient that I've used before, but kind of not like this before. Let me just go ahead and grab. Okay, great. I have my silicone scraper here. So you're going to want 1 whole can of just pumpkin filling, and you're just going to toss this into your saucepan right over here. If this will come out. There we go. Already making a mess. Let me actually get a spoon over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a spoon, scrape the rest of the pumpkin filling out. Come on. Alright. And now I'm just gonna put this on like low-medium heat for now. And so we're gonna have the pumpkin filling. We're also going to have 1 tablespoon nutmeg, 1 tablespoon cinnamon, and a quarter teaspoon, 1 tablespoon cinnamon and a quarter teaspoon nutmeg. You can take a drink for that because I messed that up so many times. I actually have the ingredients. Baby, if you look behind you in that saucepan, I set it aside, but I forgot I'm going to be doing this so early. Here we go. So I actually have these cinnamon sticks. I was maybe going to make Jamaica for you all on the show, but I think we're just not going to have enough time. So I'm going to set that aside. So we're going to want 1 tablespoon ground cinnamon. You should probably measure this, but I'm just so confident. I'm just going to yuck and just eyeball it. Yeah, that's like 1 tablespoon. And then we're just going to want just a little bit of ground nutmeg right over here. And then here's the fun part. This whole thing is a piloncillo. It's a piloncillo. Did I say that right? Piloncillo. When I say it, it sounds French. Piloncillo. It still sounds French. Okay, whatever. It's brown sugar cane, and it's used in a lot of Mexican desserts. So you're just going to go ahead and let this all basically cook for a little bit on the stovetop. Now, so I haven't made this recipe before. I have made tamales before, a little bit different than one of the recipes I'm making for you all now, although it has been a while. I feel like I haven't made them in the last like 2 years or so. Eddie's tried my tamales before. He says, oh yeah, it's just the way my mom makes them. And then apparently I guess he forgot he said that, which is like, okay. But yeah, I actually didn't make them for him specially. I think I just had them in the freezer because you can just freeze tamales for a while, and then I let him taste mine and he was like impressed. So I think my tamale skills are pretty good, but we'll see about these empanadas. I'm still gonna get this open. So I'm just really hoping that this piloncillo melts really well. Okay, it's like really sticky. It's pretty much just like brown sugar cane. So I'm hoping that it melts really well. But I mean, we'll see. So let's go ahead and just see how this works. I'm going to get my spatula over here. Alright. This is so, like, it's just like a giant rock in here. And I'm just like crossing my fingers that this is going to like all come together. Alright. Okay, yeah, basically put everything on a saucepan over low heat. I like want to bump that up to a medium, but oh well. Cook until the piloncillo is melted. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. Just double checking this is like, okay, yeah, I feel like this is gonna take forever. This is a rock, you all. I didn't even refrigerate it before I put it in there, but yeah. And then pretty much what we're gonna do now is we're going to go and make the filling for the empanadas. And so you're gonna want 8 ounces of vegan cream cheese, 1/2 cup of vegan butter, and 1 3/4 all-purpose flour. You're gonna mix it into a large bowl until it's well combined and chill it for 3 hours. Then after that, we'll pretty much continue after we're done with the tamales so that we can eat the tamales and the empanadas at the same time. But pretty much what you do is you take the filling here and you wrap it up in the dough. And then after that, you make it into nice empanada shape and then you bake it, all of that good stuff. So, all right, let me go ahead and grab my vegan cream cheese and then bring you all over here. Okay, all right, so we're gonna make the batter. So I have this giant mason jar of all-purpose flour. It's because in the winter, the fucking ants, they try to eat every single thing in our little apartment here, and I did not like that. Eddie was like, the ants don't pay rent, so the ants don't get to eat the food. And so I put every single thing in mason jars. I don't know if you can see that, but everything is in a mason jar almost. So we starved the ants. The ants are now no longer in our apartment, and we no longer have an ant problem. But we do have this problem where now I'm just like, okay, how do I, okay. You know what? I think this will maybe take some more time, but okay, this works. So 1/2 cups. Okay, so you're gonna want 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour. Now Lucille is shaking her head at me because I'm not sifting because I'm lazy, but all right. So that's 1 cup right over here, and then 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna want 1/2 cup of vegan butter, and this is the vegan butter that I use. It's Earth Balance right over here. This works great for like everything. It's just really versatile for like baking. I also use it in my vegan mac and cheese recipe. So I'm just gonna running into it. Is this broken? Is this container broken? It's broken. Wow. I don't know if that's safe. But I'm totally going to scrub this part from the footage so you all don't judge me for feeding you all something with broken... Waste not, want not. Just kidding. Okay, so luckily I have another one over here. So I'm just gonna... I've been letting this sit out so it gets a little bit soft. Look how pretty that is. So nice. And then I'm just gonna... Ooh, this is much harder now. Oh man, I should have let this sit out for way longer. Why is that one so soft? Very suspicious. But yeah, you're just gonna get 1/2 cup of this. Or like slowly try and chip at this. That's like 1/2 cup, right? Let's just get a little bit more. Look at how precise my measurements are. Truly amazing. And so I think I might need to hand mix this, because it's probably gonna be a little bit stiffer. And then the magic ingredient, you're probably going to have to go to a specialty store to find this. Here in the Bay Area, I get this at Farmer Joe's. You can probably find something like this also at Whole Foods or any sort of like special vegan health food store. This is vegan cream cheese. This is from Tofutty, but there's also a brand called Miyoko's, which is really nice. It's just like way more expensive, so I decided to get the one from Tofutty. And you're only just going to need 1 container of an 8-ounce Tofutty's better than cream cheese, vegan cream cheese. And you're just gonna want to put all of that in there, yes. And then you just mix it. Ooh, the texture is so interesting. It's like it feels like mozzarella, you all. I'm actually just gonna take. Oh my god. Oh, so nice. Oh no. Okay. It just like how like it's almost like clay-like, and then but then you dip it in, and then it's like, oh no, now that's like just wet. It was like that. I was enjoying it from... Get out! I'm on schedule. Okay, alright, there we go. So, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my little hand mixer, my like little piconcillo and whatever is still just mixing here. That piconcillo is not melting. You know, I got that recipe from this amazing vegan cookbook called, I think it's called Salud Vegan Mexican Cooking, and it's by a Mexican-American author. I really believe in, like, I'm not saying it's inherently bad, but there's just so many white authors that make books on, like, you know, Latin American and Asian food especially when it's, like, plant-based, and I'm like, no, I want it from the source. So yeah, I got it from his cookbook, really short recipe, but I'm just like, come on, I forgot his name. Fuck, what was his name? It was like something like Victor or something. Like, don't fail me now, I'm following your recipe. If it doesn't work, then honestly, I could probably substitute brown sugar, but yeah, we'll see. Let me just go ahead and grab my hand mixer. Where is that? My hand mixer is up here. And y'all are gonna have to take another drink because I have to go and find my hand mixer and plug in the, you know, little the whirring whisks. The whisk attachments to the hand mixer. Okay, I'm actually gonna open up Modelo and drink with you all. But for now, just because I can, because this is pre-recorded, I'm just gonna cut to the part where I have the hand mixer, but for now, you all can drink. Alright, as promised, I am taking a drink with you all. And I also, hold up, I also bumped up the temperature to, yes, I think it's finally melting. I finally see the piloncillo, like, kind of, oh my god, it's still going really slow. I don't know, I bumped it up to medium, but I trusted you. But anyway, let's go ahead and start to blend this at a low speed at first, and then gradually go up. Oh, that's right, I didn't plug it in. 1 second.
Drink.
Yeah, drink. I should, if I have enough time, I'll add a sound effect. It's like a little clink of a shot glass. Drink. Alright, here we go. You know, I am surprised. I'm pretty sure I copied this recipe correctly, but I didn't see any baking powder in there or any salt. It was just vegan butter, all-purpose flour, but I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I will show you all the book in a little bit. It's a great book. I really love their migas recipe, so I made quite a few things from there, but yeah, I really recommend the book. We'll just see how it goes with this. You know, I bet if you make, as with all things, like, I bet if you're making this in the summer, the piloncillo, if you're keeping it at, like, room temperature, is probably, like, a lot, like, wetter and just, like, ready to be melted, just with the nature of, like, brown sugars and them hardening when it's cold, so that's really one thing. So, yeah. So I feel like, yeah, so it's not, like, kind of, like, mixing together. Well, not mixing together. It's kind of, you know, like, all sandpapery and stuff. I wonder if you're supposed to kind of, like, squeeze it together and turn it into a ball. Yeah, I don't think he mentioned that. Or if it's easier once it's cold. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to try this once it's completely cold. But it does seem like it has potential to stick together right now. So I'm just going to, yep, mix it a little bit longer. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and, oh wow, I was wearing this ring and the flour has just completely, like, gone. I'm gonna need to wash this later. This is what happens when I'm doing these baking shows, is I gradually just take more and more of my jewelry off. But I'm gonna go ahead and refrigerate this for 3 hours. Okay, this is still not really going. Oh, it's a little, oh my god, this is like gonna take forever. I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do about my pumpkin filling with the piloncillo over there. But meanwhile, there's about to be 12 minutes until the tamale husks are ready, and then we're going to be able to, I'm going to show you all how to do the filling for the tamale husks, and then put it all together. So we're going to get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I'm just going to go and put this in the refrigerator, and I'll see you all in a second. Alright, hi everyone. So, the pumpkin empanada filling is still kind of just going. The piloncillo, it's kind of doing this thing where, like, you know, it was a cylindrical, like, what's that? A cylindrical cone, right? So part of the cone has flattened, so it's just slowly kind of just fading into the whole thing, but it's just taking a long ass time. It's on medium right now. I'm just gonna let that go. As for the tamale husks, we have about 7 minutes left, so I'm just gonna keep letting that run as well. In the meantime, we're gonna make the tamale mix. So what you're going to need here is you're going to want, this you can get at, lots of, I think, stores around here. You can probably get it at, like, a Safeway, large grocery stores, or a Hispanic food store. It's masa harina, and so this is the corn flour you're going to be using to make the tamales. So you're going to want 8 1/4 cups masa harina, 2 tablespoons, or 2 teaspoons table salt, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 3/4 cups canola oil, and 6 1/2 cups veggie broth. Now, originally when I made this, I made it with lard. It was really interesting to actually just kind of like squish it all together with my fingers, but because we're going to be doing a vegetarian-friendly recipe and lard is made from animal fat, we're using oil instead, and you can also use shortening. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to get the ingredients ready for you. So actually one thing that we need to do is for the veggie broth, I actually have some homemade veggie broth. I have an article on this that I'll link in the Twitch stream. But yeah, I have some of these, but I freeze them to make sure that they stay okay, but they're still frozen. So like, I'm just going to go ahead and take what's defrosted so far. And yeah, the veggie broth, it'll be easier to mix it, I think, if it's warm rather than, like, you know, freezing cold. So I'm just gonna go and, whoop, yeah. Oh, actually, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. I'm gonna go heat it up on stovetop along with the other things that I'm currently heating up on stovetop. Here's my other thing of veggie broth. I just have this in tons and tons of containers. That was enough for 1 cup. And hopefully, I have another store-bought veggie broth. I'm just gonna let these can just cool right next to these hot pots I have. But yeah, this is my store-bought veggie broth right over here. Veggie broth and veggie stock are basically the same thing since they're like vegetarian. And you're gonna want 5 more of this. 1, oof, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, almost out. 5. Is it 6.5? 6, and we're a little bit out. Shoot. But I think you can substitute this with, like, you know, chicken bouillon or I think water as well. So I'm just gonna substitute this with some water. This is like a huge batch. Did I miscount? Let me know if I miscount at one point. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, this is just a little bit lighter veggie broth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that. Oh my god, this is like gonna tip over. I was gonna put it on the stove, but now I'm kind of afraid. What should I do? Hold on. I'm like indecision paralysis because, like, I have my 2 things going on over here. You know what? I'm just gonna move. I have another thing over here. I'm just gonna move. This is for when we're grilling some peppers. So Eddie, I'm gonna ask you to, like, put this back over there. And I'm gonna swap that. So many things going on. Now you can see how, like, complicated tamales are, even though it's also because I'm making empanadas at the same time. Woo! Okay. Almost tipped something over, but it didn't. So I'm actually just gonna let her sit for a little bit. Woo! Okay. Look, the piloncillo, it's just turning into a liquid over here. There's still, the cone is still, okay, yes. I'm like cutting it apart. Alright, come on. I'm just scraping it out. Yes, okay, it's almost done. So eventually it will be fine. But I mean, it takes a long ass time if you're doing it on low heat. Fuck that, I'm doing it on medium. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the 8 1/4 cups of masa harina. Okay, let me actually just go ahead and wipe this so it's not wet. How are you all doing? How much time has been elapsed in the show? I have no idea, because, I mean, we've had some breaks, but then I just have no sense of time. I have ADHD, I have no sense of time. But, after I'm going to be showing you all, I think, how to make the first filling, we're going to go on to our first drag number, and I'm super excited about that. If you really enjoy this show and you'd like to see future recordings in the future, and along with other Media Meltdown shows, I'm actually not 100% sure how it works out. Whoa, what's this? Why does this look kind of weird? Okay, disregard that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, you should consider subscribing to Media Meltdown. And for, I think, $4.99 a month, you get all of these special benefits, and it's really worth it. So definitely check it out. Media Meltdown will have more info about that. Okay. So that's 1, 2. Yeah, this is a huge mix. Jeez. 3. Is my bowl even big enough? 4. 5. 6. Ooh. 7. This is gonna go into one of those giant mason jars in a little bit, too. 8. And that is the timer for the corn husks, but it's not urgent, so I'm just gonna finish this up. And this is 1/4 right over here. Whew, okay. Alright. And now we're gonna want to have 1 tablespoon baking powder. Just gonna, or 1 teaspoon, sorry. I keep mixing up teaspoon and tablespoon. You're going to want to have 1 teaspoon, or 2 teaspoons baking salt. Yeah, that's 2 teaspoons. Whew. Alright, cool. And then we're going to add the canola oil. Let me actually, whisk this all together. We're going to add the canola oil and we're going to add the veggie broth. But let me go ahead and check up on the tamale husks. So Eddie, I'll just have you turn your camera over here just because I'm kind of curious how to look right now too. Alright. Let's put this over here. I'm going to lower the temperature on the pilon seal mix to maybe a medium low now. Just because it's just getting there. I feel like I'm losing a lot of the pumpkin mix though. Like it's slowly like going away. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's nice and soft. So I think what I need to do now is basically just, well, first of all, turn the heat off. And so I'm going to, I think, yeah, let me go and take my gloves. And we're going to drain her right over here. Now, hopefully you can't see the dirty dishes I haven't done yet, so I'm just going to drain her. Woo. I think a lot of the water has actually evaporated. Maybe there wasn't enough to begin with. Oh, that's pretty hot. I'm just gonna, yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, a lot of the water is basically gone. I think I probably should have had more water or done this in a bigger steamer pot. But yeah, these are basically nice and steamed. Ooh, there's like this like residue that's like, I guess some of these were dirty. What is that? Or is there, okay, I don't know what that is, but yeah, you're gonna let these dry, and then I guess you can like pat them dry too, and then we can pretty much start wrapping them with stuff. Yeah, I think, okay, it looks like one of these got burned underneath. That's kind of the dark stuff over here. So I don't actually need this. I'm just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna let these go for now. Cool, okay. So, it's good to have extras because then you can actually cut the corn husks and turn it into string. But, I'm just gonna go ahead and let these rest, and I think I'm just gonna dump these on the bottom over, actually, yeah, I'm dump these on the bottom. So we only lost a few of them, which is fine, actually. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Cool. All right, awesome. I'm just trying to decide where to put this pot right now because everything's like dirty here. I'm just gonna put. There we go. Yay! Oh, oops. Ah! Okay. Yes, yes, no, yes. Okay, there we go. Alright, those can rest. Yeah, where were we on the masa harina? Okay, cool. I'm actually gonna take this hot bit of vegetable broth. And I don't actually want this to get too hot. We're gonna just put it on medium-low. And, we're gonna need 1 3/4 cup canola oil. Let me just cool down first. How are y'all doing? Let me know how you're enjoying the show so far. It's always hard in the first part because you're just preparing things, but like nothing's happened yet. And then you see everything come together, like the things bake, and it's super exciting. But yeah, let me use this cup of canola oil over here. And so yeah, I looked up a lot of recipes, you all. Trying to find the perfect recipe for this masa mix. And again, I actually ended up going with a Mexican-American author named Isabel of Isabel Eats. That's her blog. And it's really interesting because a lot of the bloggers, they talk about how they use like electric hand mixer or even like a food processor. And she says she just likes to use it with her, just like mix it with her hands. So I think that's interesting. So I'm just going to go ahead and whisk it. Oops, I kind of splashed a little bit. As much as I can. And then, yeah, if I can't do that, get that right, then I will just go ahead and use my electric mixer. But yeah, I wasn't prepared for this to be such a huge mix, which is good because we're making a lot of tamales, you all. But, yeah, I just feel like this is going to get everywhere. This is my biggest bowl. I don't have a bigger bowl than this. Okay, alright. So now it's getting like all sandy. Okay. So she says to add the canola oil and then hot broth and then mix for 3 to 5 minutes. She actually didn't say for the broth to be hot. I just figured that would be easier. So I put that in my notes. And it makes 45 to 50 tamales. How's this going? I'm just going to let this broth just touch medium heat, and then we're going to dip. We're going to pretty much just pour it right in there. As for the filling, it's almost there. Look, this is the, I'm like kind of scared, but like, you could see that's what's left of the piloncillo. But I mean, how much filling is left? Because I feel like a lot of that pumpkin has been melted away. So we're just going to play the waiting game and I don't know what kind of dance I'm doing right now. We're just going to play the waiting game and wait for that broth to get hot. And then we're going to go ahead and make this sandy thing here. And then for you all, we have a Soyrizo filling. We have a pasilla pepper and cheese filling and a pasilla pepper and vegan cheese filling. So I'm going to be making that for you all in a little bit. Let me just check on the time. Okay, cool. I told a bunch of people I was going to finish by 6. And then I woke up late. And then I texted them to let them know it was maybe 7. So we'll see if we need another extension. Alright, so as you can see, this is like the texture of wet sand right now. This, I think, is like maybe now like lukewarm heat. I'm just tired of waiting, so yeah, there's like some heat lines over there. So we're just gonna pour this in. Yes! Oh my god, so much. Oh my goodness, I'm like afraid if this is too much, but it shouldn't be according to, oh my god, that's like so much. That was like 6 cups, right? She said it was 6 cups. Alright, so, whew, okay. So yeah, we're just gonna mix this now. She says for about 3 to 5 minutes. This seriously looks like it's too much. I'm like honestly kind of scared. And I hope I didn't write the wrong instructions down. I guess we'll find out. If I fucked up this entire thing, first of all, I'll have to go to the store again. And second of all, I guess you can all finish your drinks. Ooh, but yeah, this is like gloopy. I think this would be easier in a, yeah, like a stand mixer or something. But, here are the fillings. Whoop! Yeah, I think I just have to take all of that over there. But it's getting slightly less gloopy. There's a lot of the masa just stuck into the spatula right over here. How are you all doing? What sort of fun things are you all doing for... I don't even know. I guess Valentine's Day is coming up, right? I think for Valentine's Day we're actually going to have a really special co-host. I won't say their name yet because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm really excited to have this person on the show, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be bringing to the show. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. I'm thinking if maybe I want to just... Okay, it's hot, but it's not super hot. Yeah, I should have... Maybe I shouldn't have had this so hot, and I should just be mixing with my hands. It actually hurts now to, like, do this. This is our oil masa mix. It smells good. It smells like kind of like tamales now. Corn. Okay, yeah, this is looking the right texture. I was really worried at first, but I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and check on the the piloncillo here. I think it might actually be done. I think it's... Oh, there's a tiny little, just a little smidge. There's just a little smidge of the piloncillo right here, and the rest is pretty mixed in. Oh, okay, I'm crushing it right now. I'm just gonna crush it with my spatula. Sweating. Okay. So a bit longer, and then, yeah. Alright. Oh, man. I really just want to, like, mix this right now. I'm, like, trying to decide, like, I wish the viewers watching were, like, here in live time, because I'm like, should I use my hands? Should I use a mixer? What should I do? Okay, first of all, I'm gonna, I think I just flicked a bunch of dough over there. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I'm gonna take this dough out of here. Okay, and it's like, it's not that hot anymore. I think I'm going to mix it with my hands. That's what I'm going to do. And then pretty much once this is ready, you just put it to the side, and then you prepare your fillings, and then the fun part comes in. I already got my stock pot out, so I'm going to be... Whoa, ooh, this feels so nice. Ooh, but it's like very mushy. It's mushier than I expected. But I mean, I just got to make sure that the... Yeah, there we go. There's like a lot of still like the masa down below. Okay, yeah, so Isabel was right. Yeah, definitely mix with your fingers. It's pretty fun. It's kind of, I don't know, the texture is really, I like it. I like the texture. It's fun. It's like clay, but sand, but it smells nice. But like sand at the playground, you know, there's not going to be like some secret poop like hidden underneath. Not to ruin y'all's appetites. Okay, so I'm just going to be mixing this. I wonder if maybe I should actually show one of the drag numbers. Yeah, I think I'm going to show one of the drag numbers right after I'm done mixing this, because I think I maybe like overestimated how long this first part would take. So I'm going to finish mixing this with my hands, and then we are going to introduce our first drag performer. And I realized I did this by accident this time, because I forgot to make a mental note. I try and always have like a king and a queen performer, and obviously like just try and get as many like diverse performers that do different types of drag as possible. But yeah, this time we have a queen and a king performer performing for you all. So I'm really excited. This king is actually going to be part of the high, I don't know how to say this, like princess, like prince, or maybe prince with an X at the end pageant. So I'm really excited. I will be cheering them on. My drag dad, Vera, is also part of this pageant, along with some other really amazing people. I think this is like about done. So yeah, and so this is now the texture of the masa. I could just eat this. This looks like so nice. It's nice and soft. And so we're going to be setting her aside and making the filling. And I'm pretty sure that this is done right now too. So let me just quickly wash my hands. Yes. Okay. Is there any more of that piloncillo? I'm just going to say there's not. Okay. So this is the finished result. I don't know how much of the pumpkin we ended up losing. But I'm just gonna put her in the fridge. I think we're ready. And now this needs to be, I guess like refrigerated for 4 hours. I think I'm gonna cheat on that and maybe do 3 because I'm pretty sure some people want to eventually try these empanadas. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So I have this amazing tamale steamer over here. So the tamales basically go in this pot, and then there's like a little thingy at the bottom, which is where the water is, where it holds the tamales from, like, you know, the water, which is going to be steaming them. I'm just going to be putting this off to the side, but, oh, I didn't realize the heat was still on. That's not good. But anyway, so we're going to be making the first filling, and the first filling is a soyrizo and potato filling. And so this recipe is one that I also took from online. This is a vegan filling, but I think the original recipe also has like a different type of masa mix. So I'm using my own for that. And so basically what you're going to need is canola oil for frying, 2 potatoes, and because I'm actually prepared this time, I cut them prior. Yay! You don't have to watch me just cutting for ages. So yeah, 2 small russet potatoes, peeled and then cut into 1/4 inch diced. Half an onion over here, also finely chopped. And then you're going to want 9 ounces of soyrizo. This over here is actually 11 ounces. I think I'm just going to use the whole thing because why not? You can never have too much soyrizo. And then so what you're going to do is you're first going to cook the potatoes on medium, then add the onions, then add the soyrizo, cook for 5 minutes. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take you all here now. And so I'm just going to add my oil here. Just a little bit. And so we're going to add the potatoes first, and then we're actually going to take them out, and then we're going to do the onions, which is pretty interesting. Let me just put this over here. Okay. So yeah, we're going to cook the potatoes over here. And we just need to wait for this to cook. But I really hope you all enjoyed Poppy's number. I can't wait to show you all the second number, which I believe will be, you know, I think after we get all of these tamales filled, I will show you all the number. And then, because there's that magical time skip, you'll be able to see me enjoy these special tamales and hopefully the empanadas whenever they finish, basically, yeah, being in the oven. I'm just like, I need to chill them, but like, do I really need to chill them for that long? It's not the whole baking thing. Do I really? We'll see. Okay, yeah, so you cook that got warm really fast. You cook the potatoes on medium till you get color, then you remove. Oh yeah, that was ready. Woo! So I'm just going to let this go for a little bit. And then we're going to remove it, and then we're going to add the onions. I don't even know why I have this, but you know how like all immigrant families, they'll just have fake Tupperwares? Like, this isn't a Tupperware, this came from like a place that gave us like a soup thingy for free, and then we just kept it. But usually I think what we do, because me and Eddie try and be good about recycling, is we wash them. But this can't actually be recycled. Oakland doesn't recycle 5 plastics, in case you didn't know. They only recycle 1 and 2. If you're not in Oakland, disregard. Look up the recycling rules for your area. Yeah. So it's kind of funny how I just happened to see that we had that, and I thought it was appropriate. So I get a lot of my groceries from Cardenas, which is this Hispanic Latino supermarket, not too far from where I live. They actually had a huge scandal back in 2020. I was just thinking about this because they had this thing where it's like, enter to win $500 of groceries from Cardenas if you filled the survey. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Like, a lot of times with those surveys, it's the same people winning them because they just like to win free stuff. I love free shit, but I don't have that much time. But I also love a good survey. So I took that, and it was pretty funny. Yeah, so like at one point it was like, I was like, yeah, okay, I guess I might recommend Cardenas, and then they're like, but why didn't you super recommend us? Like, well, why don't you love us? I'm like, well, maybe because in 2020, 4 of your employees got sick because y'all weren't enforcing the mask mandate properly, and there was a lot of people coughing in your store. That's probably why. Anyway, so I stopped going there, but I went back there recently because there's only so many places that you can get, like tomatillos in bulk and stuff, which you'll be seeing in a little bit. These are probably going to be done soon. But yeah, I took the survey, and at one point it was like, what generation do you identify? Like, and it even specified first generation, which is you were born here but your parents weren't. And I thought it was funny because like, I think now we consider that second generation because my parents weren't born here. My dad came here for his master's actually, but then yeah, my parents and grandparents weren't born here, but I actually consider that second gen, but I was like, yeah, okay, first gen based off your definition. But I was like, I don't know if that really, like, makes sense to what you're asking. Like, I'm not removed from the culture as to what I would be shopping for at Cardenas because I'm Chinese. I just like your food, y'all. Like, so I don't know how helpful that would be to them. We're gonna go ahead and put this back over here. Yeah, if you all have any like local supermarkets, I love shopping at. I mean, like my favorite. Oh shit! It like didn't get in the container. Drink. But well, we lost some potatoes. That's okay. We probably had too much because they said small russet potatoes. I had like a big one and a medium one. That's probably fine. It's completely fine. No, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, what other supermarkets do you all like? I also shop at some like Indian groceries. I love Indian food. Indian food and Mexican food are probably, they're the cuisines I cook the most. Now I'm finally kind of getting into cooking Chinese food. And the whole story behind that is interesting because like most people that learn how to cook and are like, you know, second gen like me, they learn how to cook with their family. You know, their like love of cooking came from their family's cuisine. And for me, it was like, for a while, like, it wasn't that Chinese food reminded me of trauma, but it was like so much Chinese food was eaten during times of trauma that it took some of the kind of like joy out of it for me. I think even like I just always loved Asian food, but like I think growing up in high school for me, like a treat was like pho, or it was like a burrito, or I think even like this one Thai place I went to, then I realized like it was not legit. Their Thai food was very bad. It was like Thai food made by Chinese people. Let me add a little bit more oil. Yeah, what's my point? So yeah, I basically taught myself how to cook. So I'm like, I don't claim to be, I'm not an expert in any sort of cuisine, but it's kind of funny how like I think I comparatively know so much more about like cooking kind of complicated, like, you know, like Indian and Mexican dishes more than I know how to cook complicated like Chinese dishes. Just a funny thing. Let me just go ahead and consult these instructions. Okay, add the onions and cook for about 2 minutes. And then you're going to add the Soyrizo and cook for about 5 minutes. And you're going to add back the potatoes and cook for 3 minutes. Cool. And then we're going to take that whole mix and we're just going to put it aside. Let me go ahead and cut this over here. Woo! I was so happy because Cardenas had this. Before Eddie, speaking of ethnic supermarkets and stuff, we went to a Korean supermarket because there aren't that many like Chinese supermarkets really close to me. I went there just to try it out. We were like, this is okay, but Eddie got so excited because he found Soyrizo there. And so he would specifically go just to that supermarket. And granted, it was kind of out of the way too. Like, it was all the way in downtown, and we live kind of in East Oakland. So it was like a little bit of drive. And he would go there just for their Soyrizo. So guess what? I went back to that Korean market to get their Soyrizo, and those fuckers ran out. I was betrayed. I was betrayed. They didn't run out. I think they just stopped carrying it. So I was really afraid I would have to go hunt down some Soyrizo. But luckily, Cardenas, who's, you know, friendship with Korean market over. Cardenas is my friend now. Like, they had Soyrizo, so now I get to make this with you all. Woo! Yeah, Eddie, you like this? I have to talk to Eddie because he's the only person who is like watching me right now. You like this? Yes. We should turn this into a GIF. Okay, I feel like that's been 2 minutes. It's so interesting how there's like so much cutting, so much packaging. Yes. Yes! Get in there! Get in there! Oh yes. Woo! Chorizo, by the way, is Eddie's favorite food. He loves chorizo. He likes Soyrizo too. But yeah, that's Eddie's stuff. I'll make you some of this. You can also make chorizo from scratch. I saw a recipe for that. Or not chorizo. I mean, of course you make chorizo from scratch. You can make Soyrizo from scratch. But just like in consideration for time, there just wasn't enough time, which is why I'm using store-bought right now. But that is also an option for you all very creative people out there. Come on. Oh my god, I just feel like I'm not getting all of it. Y'all struggle with this too. It's like really slippery. But I'm afraid if I like use too much pressure, it'll just like fling out and then y'all will have to finish your drinks. Oh my god, come on. Woo! I'm like, how do I get... Oh shit, it just fell out the other end. Oh my god. Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. Woo! Ooh, that looks lovely. Oh yes. Soyrizo and onions, just perfect mix, you all. You know, I'm actually going to do something on the fly here, because I have some leftover onions I just realized I have. These are actually Chinese onions, or not Chinese, they're scallions. I'm actually going to slice these up really fast and throw them in here as well. Even though I guess they haven't been cooking for the right time, oh well. But these are actually really mild. Just, you know, try and not waste as much food as possible. Okay. I'm gonna put these in here because I'm like, since we have more Soyrizo, the onion ratio is a little bit off. And then I think, yeah, we cook the Soyrizo for about 5 minutes. Add back the potatoes and you cook for 3 minutes, and then we can take this and then set it all aside. And then we're gonna make the basically the pepper and the cheese mix. It's much more complicated than you would think it would be. Like, I'm gonna do a whole process for you all, but it is super worth it. And the first time like I made it, I was just like, wow, this is super complicated. But like, it's just like when you taste that dank tamale and you're just like, wow, I did it. I did this. I'm a god. Like that was like one of my first moments of being like, oh, I'm a fucking cooking god. And you all should have that moment once in your lives. Even if you're not, like, much of a cook, just, like, you know, even if all you did was follow someone else's recipe to a T, it's A-okay. There were not, like, anything spices. directed in here, so I'm just gonna start freestyling. Just some smoked paprika. I'm just gonna, okay. Dump that in here. Yeah, why not? Why not? No spices? No way. What else? What about some cumin? Yeah, cumin's always good. Yeah, dump that in here. Yes. That smells so good, you all. I can't wait. I think it said 5 minutes, but honestly, I feel like we're kind of good, so I'm just going to take the rest. There's so many potatoes. I kind of feel like I overkilled it on the potatoes over here. But we're actually going to, yeah, so many potatoes. Just going to go ahead and just dump all of that in. And yeah, this is going to be our first tamale mix. Super exciting. Kind of in the groove now. Part of me just wants to like make another drink, but if y'all are ever interested in making like your own agua fresca, the only thing I know how to make is jamaica and horchata, which is I feel like 2 out of 3 of the big ones. What's the last one? Like tamarind? What's another popular agua fresca? Is it the tamarind juice? And he's just giving me like, ooh. Yeah. But like, jamaica is actually really easy to make. You use jamaica flowers and you just boil them over water. You kind of like make this concentrate first, and you add sugar. It's really easy. So I kind of don't really feel like looking up the recipe now, but if you all indulge in these tamales, because I am giving them away in a little bit, you all should totally check out that recipe. It's awesome. I should have set a timer. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer for 3 minutes because I think it's been about 2 minutes. Potatoes are one thing that you don't want to eat a hard potato. That's not fun. That like invokes like memories of like poverty and stuff for me. Not that like, you know, poverty is such a I mean, it is kind of a terrible thing to go through, but I'm just like, you know, like in Scarlet, in Gone with the Witch, she's like, "As God is my witness, I swear I'll never be hungry again." She just says it in the more like throaty, like Vivian Lee kind of way, but I resonated with that moment. Not the awful racism in the movie, not that part at all, but I feel like I'm digging myself into a hole. But yeah, being poor sucks. What am I talking about right now? Basically, the moral of the story is cook your potatoes correctly. Yeah, don't undercook them. Undercooking is not fun. And this look how beautiful this looks, this filling. Oh, I can't wait. Alright, I'm just going to let her cook for a little bit, and I think we're actually going to go ahead and get ready for the pasilla pepper and cheese filling. Let's turn the camera back over here a little bit. And so, we have 2 different types of cheese. We have regular cheese over here, and I wasn't even going to do this vegan cheese, because we have, you know, pepper jack. I think Monterey Jack or Pepper Jack is what the recipe person recommends. We also have plant-based hot pepper cheese, and I do love a good vegan cheese. And so because of that, we're actually making 2 different versions of this. But it's just in the last step, which is basically mixing, you know, adding cheese to the mix. But there's a lot of vegetables involved in this mix. So this is going to be the pasilla pepper and cheese filling. We want 10 ounces, make sure to weigh it, of poblanos. You're going to want 1 1/4 pounds, also important to weigh, of tomatillos. You're going to want 1 yellow onion, also cut, vegan butter, 2 teaspoons, baking powder. Did the baking powder need to be in here? That might be a mistake. Forget that, no baking powder. Blah, 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 veggie broth, and cilantro. Yeah! Okay, yeah, basically you take the peppers, you blacken them over foil under high heat, steam them for 10 to 15 minutes, peel the skin, seed it, cut it into strips, place the tomatillos in a pot, boil it in water for 5 minutes, drain and process it in a food processor until smooth, cook the onion with butter for 5 minutes, add in the tomatillos, season with salt and pepper, bring to a boil, reduce heat, add poblanos and cilantro for another 5 minutes, allow it to cool for 10 minutes, and that is the whole process. It is not easy, y'all. Okay, so I think first thing we're going to do is we are going to get the, okay, this is almost done. So we're going to leave her off to the side. But I'm going to get all of the ingredients for the peppers and the tomatillos, and I'll bring you all back in just a sec. Okay, so if you've never worked with tomatillos before, you probably don't really know how it works. They kind of almost look like what you would imagine are crab apples, or like, you know, like green Granny Smith apples. But you take this like foil, and it's like peeling off the foreskin. And you want this instead. And so I'm just going to re-weigh these. I did weigh them to make sure that I had enough. So I'm just going to peel off the skin and weigh them, and then we're going to boil them. Probably would be good to rinse them as well. And then just, yeah. Oh, this one's kind of weird. It's probably fine. So yeah, you're going to boil this, and then tomatillos are the base of like any good green salsa. So, yeah, this is like a salsa that goes with your green peppers, and so it is absolutely worth that step. Also makes your hands very sticky. Okay, we're at 1 pound. And I remember the first time I did this, I didn't believe how many tomatillos I actually needed. So I had to go back to the store and get more, which made a long tamale making process even longer. Like, I didn't, like, someone later was like, yo, tamales are like a day-long process, or like a start at 6 a.m., work until like 6 p.m. process, and I didn't believe them. And then, oh, how naive I was back then. Okay, are those all of them? I think there's one left. I think that puts us just a little bit over, but I think that's fine, you know. Again, waste not, want not. Ugh. Okay, so these are going to be our tomatillos, and then we're going to put them in a pot. Well, first I'm going to rinse them, and we're going to put in a pot and boil them, but we also need to basically, we're going to grill these peppers, and then we're going to put them in like a little bag, and then, you know, steam them, all of that. I'm just going to quickly rinse these really fast. Woo! Okay, that was not the right instrument to use for rinsing, but that's fine. Okay, so, Eddie, could you grab me my, pan again? Alright, let me just clear off this space, because I'm making a mess. And so, what you want to do is take, like, shit, what is this called? Cast iron pan. You want to take a cast iron pan, line it with, foil. And then I'm just going to check. I think it's maybe like on medium-high heat or something. Yeah, you're just going to take the peppers and blacken them over high heat, 3 to 5 minutes. And so I'm just going to clean these again really fast. Whew. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And so, of course, obviously keep an eye on them. You don't want to set up the fire alarm like I did recently. But, yeah, just gonna get these nice and black. You know what, why don't I cut off their little stems? I mean, I think stems are fine, but let me just, yeah. We don't need you. I don't know, what do y'all think? Do you think it's blasphemous to keep the stems? You know, I'm okay with these other stems. It was just that one. It was kind of grody. I wanted to get rid of it. So, yeah, there we go. I'm like starting to run out of like pots. There's just like so many pots involved in making like all of this food. It's like making like a Thanksgiving dinner that I'm doing, which I am because I'm like giving a lot of this food away and stuff. But yeah, you just wait for this to get hot. These start to sizzle. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for this, let me just double check over here. Yeah, you're just gonna place the tomatillos in the pot and then boil for 5 minutes. And then you're going to cook the onion with just like vegan butter. So let me just go and see if I have another pot in here. You know what? Actually, I can use this pot, this one that I used earlier. So y'all can drink because I'm going to wash while I'm like waiting for these to heat. So drink. But yeah, this got like a little, I kept it on the heat for a little bit too long, so it got blackened. So I just want to wash it really fast. Is it not coming off? I might have fucked up a pan, you all. If I fucked up this pan, like, I don't know if you should finish a drink because it's not as dramatic because I did it off screen. But I forgot to turn off the heat of something, and so there wasn't smoke, but this pan just got really dark on the inside. Ow. Okay, yeah. So this is the pot, and as you can see, there are all these dark spots from when I left it on the heat. Can you see this? I'm so sad. So I actually don't know. This might be a little bit too small for the tomatillos. And let me grab this. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to heat up a little bit. Not too much, but I'll just keep an eye on them. In the meantime, tomatillos go in here. I think there's just enough room to boil these. And so you want to boil these for 5 minutes and they will change color on you. Okay. Ooh, there's a potato right over here. Don't want that. Let's just get the vent going on so it's gonna get pretty loud. As we can see, there's definitely a burn happening here. So you kind of just like want that all over. You just want it to blacken. Let's see if we can see if any other sides have begun to do that. Blacken for me, my pretties. And this just brings out the roasty toastiness and the peppers, makes it real nice. In the meantime, I think while I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and start collecting the corn husks to see which ones are going to be good for me to, just to get them dry and just see which ones are going to be good for me to use. So I'm going to be kind of like triple tasking here, which is why you should appreciate your hopefully non-toxic mom if she ever makes tamales for you. My hair, by the way, I've styled this myself a while back, but I restyled it. I feel like it's finally gotten to the shape I like. So I hope you all like that. I've been yeah, trying to get some different looks in for like every single episode, and I definitely have been like commissioning wigs and stuff specifically so that I can look presentable for you all on these baking shows, and you know, it's just nice to mix it up. So I hope you do appreciate that. These aren't blackening at a speed I was kind of like hoping for, but I'm just going to let this go for a little bit. And then after that, you just like want to take them into a Ziploc bag and just steam them for like about 10-15 minutes. So we're just gonna let this go on for a little bit longer. In the meantime, I have my little corn husks over here. Oh, Eddie, can you turn the camera? And so I am petting these dry. And yeah, sorting these out. So it's very nice.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna take the heat off of this right now. And in just a gallon Ziploc bag, you just take this and watch me do this with these gloves on. I'm gonna grab it by the stem over here, and you're just gonna kind of let them just relax. Just chillax there for about, oh, come on. Now I know why you keep the stems. It's so you can grab them like this. Oh my god, come on, come on. Come on, don't worry, the heat's off. Ah! Okay. Gonna let it rest for about 10-15 minutes. And then pretty much what you do is you just like slice it and cut into nice strips. And those are our tomatillos. Those are cooking. I'm actually not too sure if they changed colors yet, but they're supposed to get a little bit darker, I believe. So let me go ahead and set a timer for these peppers over here. Eddie, where'd you go? I need you. Oh, okay. Oh, geez. Yeah, our fire detector is like either really sensitive or this vent just really sucks. It's actually probably the vent.
What do you need?
Okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna let that stay like that, and then let's just gonna remove this foil. Woo! But yeah, we're just waiting for these tomatillos to finish up. And once they finish up, you just go ahead and put them in your little food processor over here. This has like, it almost looks like a bullet hole. I don't know why. I think I dropped it. So you're just gonna go ahead and blend that into oblivion there. Okay, okay. Oh my god, there's so much smoke. I'm just sorry, y'all. I got a vent. No! It's too much coming at the same time. This is fine. We're just worried about the fire alarm. God damn it. This looks bad, but I don't know. It's perfectly fine. It's just why you're supposed to have a strong vent. I swear, if my fire alarm goes off, I'm gonna be so upset. What? Oh, okay, that's right. Eddie moved it outside. Y'all, you can drink because this is just a mess. I mean, I wouldn't say finish your drink because I didn't do anything wrong, I think, but yeah. Okay, so the tomatillos are kind of turning into a dark green now. So they're starting to be good. Oh yeah, I think I fucked up my cast iron. Fuck. Yeah? You said yes?
Yes.
Okay, alright, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, as you can see now, the tomatillos have changed colors. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to strain them. I'm going to take the rest of these guys out. Ooh. Some are better than the others, though. Okay. Ouch, that's hot. Okay, so I think the moral to the story with the cast iron is just make sure, it's properly seasoned before you do it. And so the skin is now going to be really soft. And so you're going to put it all into food processor over here. Let me just make sure it's connected. I'm just dropping everything. Drink! I need a drink myself. I'm like so thirsty. It is a hot kitchen. I like how one is just, it just wouldn't get dark. It's just still green. Maybe, you know what? I don't know if I should take that one out. Hopefully it'll be fine. Alright, come on. In you go, tomatillos. Yeah, so they're splitting, kind of just coming apart. Which is perfectly normal. Okay. And then, so you're just going to process this until it's completely pureed. Oh. Did I not put it on right? Hold on. Come on, food processor. Yeah, there we go. And then look, it looks like green salsa. Woo! All right. Okay, so pretty much what you do after that, I'm just going to take my poor blitzed cast iron pan, and I'm just going to, I need 2 of these, move that to the side. We're going to do this now, and then we're going to get a little bit of butter, and then with the onion, which I have over here, we're just going to take the onion and then cook the butter, yeah, right in here. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Let me just grab that vegan butter again. Over here, okay. We're starting to get a little drink heavy, I think. But I think that's 1 more drink because I had to go and grab the vegan butter. So let's just get, I think maybe 2 teaspoons should be fine. Come on. I'm just gonna take my hands. It's so soft. Oh, yeah, it's still hot. Well, that's nice. Very nice. Oh, you're already ready for me. I love that. And so you're gonna want 1 entire cut, basically onion. I just used, it didn't specify which onions. I just used yellow onions because those are my favorite. Love that onion smell. Don't you love that smell, Eddie? Eddie's shaking his head. He usually hisses at me, but he's just shy right now. He doesn't. All right. So yeah, my kitchen's a mess. So yeah, you basically cook the onion with the butter, then you add in the tomatillos, salt and pepper, bring to a boil. Then you add the poblanos that have just been kind of steaming over there. Those should be cut into strips, and then you add cilantro for another 5 minutes. Yeah, and then pretty much we're ready to add the fillings, which is really exciting. It's what you all have been waiting for. So the reason why we're using vegan butter is because originally the recipe was lard, and so we don't want to use that, so we're using vegan butter instead. I think I'm just going to add 1 more teaspoon. Seems like it soaked that up pretty well. I'm going to cook this for 5 minutes. Yes. So it wasn't until recently I learned that people would actually like cook things with butter instead of oil. That just wasn't a concept I really understood. Which really just shows the ethos of me like learning to cook, I guess, like lots of like, I guess, like ethnic food, Indian food. I mean, in Indian food they use ghee, but like Mexican food and Chinese food before I bought Joy of Cooking, and I think a French cookbook, and I was like, oh, you all use butter for everything. Okay. Let me just check how much on the timer is for those peppers. Okay, about 1 minute left. That's good. Okay. And I still, my whole entire kitchen's a mess, but I have a little bit of space to slice the peppers and stuff. So we're just gonna let this cook for about 4 minutes, then add this in. Eddie, why don't you turn the camera? Okay, so we're gonna get pretty much everything ready soon. So these are about done over here, the peppers. Whoa, these smell really good, you all. Mmm, roasted peppers. I love peppers. I love that, like, peppers were just like, hey, we don't want birds to eat us. And then humans were like, ooh, spicy. And they're like, wait, no. So, yeah, you basically just, you slice these off. Hopefully you have, like, a better food peeler than I do. Okay, there's the timer. Yeah, so with either your good or your crappy food peeler, you go ahead and you slice the blackened spots off. And then pretty much you just cut them into strips. Sorry, can you see enough of me over here cutting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You want me to zoom in?
Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, and so if you want it to be less hot, you're going to want to cut, I think, the insides out. Just because that'll make it really hot. So yeah, you want to deseed it over here. Now, poblanos are pretty mild, so these aren't going to be super hot. But getting rid of the seeds will just definitely make it more mild. And once you're all done cutting them into strips, you can just leave them aside. I think I'm going to put them in, yeah, this container I had for the onions over here. Now y'all are understanding why I couldn't do this live. Ooh, I definitely feel a little bit of that heat, I think, with my hands. Especially because I have some cuts on my hands. Sometimes, even though it's not very sustainable, when I cut jalapenos, which are hotter than poblanos, especially serranos, which are even hotter than jalapenos, I like to wear gloves because later I'll end up accidentally touching my face and it'll just hurt like a motherfucker, especially if I'm like trying to put in contacts, which I used to do before I got LASIK. And yeah, it'll just burn my eyes. So definitely be careful with food safety and peppers and all that. These are so beautiful. I was going to be a lot more ambitious with this episode, and I was going to make salsa too, along with, you know, Jamaica, but like, as you can see just how long this process is, it definitely was not going to happen. So here are my lovely little strips. Now you can put it off to the side, and yeah, we're about almost done cooking our onions. And so what you want to do now is basically take this and pour it in here. And you're gonna bring it up. Oh crap. Drink! Look at that, that just came right out. That's totally fine though. No small parts there. Okay. Yeah, and so you're gonna, oops. Did you see that? I just spilled more of that. Oh my god, drink, 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 drink more, drink more. Drink more so the food will look even better once it's done. I guess it doesn't really work the same way, but yeah, we're going to bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to bring it down low again, and then we're going to add the peppers. And are you all really excited? Because we are going to make the tamales. Okay, season with salt and pepper, bring to a boil, then reduce heat. I think I'm gonna reduce heat already. Then add poblanos and cilantro for another 5 minutes. Allow it to cool. The little cut on my hand is hurting like a motherfucker right now. But yeah, that is salt. And that is pepper. If you're wondering why I have to get a lot more pepper, it's because the salt originally was for sea salt. It kind of just falls right out, while the pepper you really actually have to grind it a little bit. And now we're going to add the poblanos right over here. And I actually didn't do this the first time I made this recipe, this exact recipe. But you can, ooh, it's like almost too big. You can add cilantro as well. And then that will just basically be your pepper mix. And I wish I had a slightly bigger one. But we pretty much use all of the big pots and pans here. So we're going to let her cook for about 5 minutes and then rest for 10 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to bring you all over here again, where we're going to take the cilantro and cut it up. How much cilantro did I want again? Oh, it just says cilantro. You know, you measure cilantro with your heart. So, oh my god, I'm just dropping everything everywhere. I hope you all are more tipsy than I am, because I can't be too tipsy, because I am dealing with a lot of sharp knives and stuff here. But I'm just going to cut, like, I think this is about like half a cup of cilantro right here. I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller. And yeah. Just going to put her right over here. Those are kind of big pieces. Do you hear that? It's my cat. Should we have a kitty cam? Kitty cam? Breathe kitty cam? Kitty cam? Yeah, kitty cam! Kitty cam! Oh, she's trying to run away. No! Why'd you let her get away? Why'd you let her get away? She ran under the table. Aw. Oh, so refreshing. Okay. Yes, so we have our little mix going on. Let me just see again. Okay, yeah, for like another 5 minutes. And then you're allowed to cool for 10 minutes. Okay, but yeah. So basically how you do the masa into the corn husk is you fill it up 2 inches from the bottom and 1/4 inch from the top. And then you just add like a tablespoon of the sauce over here. Add the cheese and you fold it together and you do the same thing with the other tamales. And then, yeah, we're going to boil the tamales for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let me just set a quick timer here. So, yeah. So I'm going to let this cook and then we have it, I guess, yeah, like rest for 10 minutes after that because it's going to be really hot. But, like, essentially what you do here is you just take a tamale husk like this. Just put it here. Eddie, can they see? Yeah. I think what you do is you, like, take a spoon and... Ooh, this is so lovely. I think what you do is you just... I've seen them just basically, like, spread it out like this. Now, I think when I did it, I just took a big chunk. I didn't really, like, spread it against the husk like this. But... yeah. Is this right? Does this look good? Sweet. Oh, yeah, it looks so pretty. And then what you do is, you take the other measurement. Yeah, you don't need this. So you take some of her, and I think maybe like about a spoonful. Well, let's do 2 spoonfuls. Okay, that's like 3 spoonfuls. And then you basically roll her up like so. Yeah! And then that's your little tamale! Oh my god, isn't that so lovely, you all? And then you're going to want it facing up like this. And so there's multiple ways that you can tie tamales. One is you take kind of one of these bummy strips that you have. You just peel it like so, and then that's your tamale string. And so I need a way to differentiate the vegan ones from like the non-vegan ones and stuff. So I'm trying to think of a process. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is for Soyrizo, I'm gonna take. Pause that. Okay, we're gonna take this off heat. This is ready now. Oh my god, this is so lovely. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie the Soyrizo ones with corn husk. And then for the other tamales, for the hold up. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on, let me get another corn husk. Okay. And then for the poblano and cheese tamales, I think for the vegan cheese, I will butterfly knot because I'm using twine. Where's my twine? Where's my twine? Where's my twine? I had it right here. It's actually Eddie's thing when he was covering it, but you can take another drink. Yeah, so I will butterfly knot it with twine if it's vegan, and if it's not vegan, then I will just tie it, I guess. Okay, and then pretty much you just have them all vertical in your little tamale steamer like so. I have just made these little baby tamales in the meantime while that number was going on and while we were waiting for the other mix to cool. And so I'm going to be showing you all how to make that mix. This one's just as simple as like, you know, rubbing the masa in and then putting it all in. But basically, if we can turn the camera here, this is going to be our tamale steamer. Now, I think what the instructions said to do was to wait until it's boiling and then put the water's boiling and then put like the tamales in. That feels like I might like accidentally burn myself. So I'm actually going to do instead, and I think I might have done this last time because that's totally what past me would have done, is just to set them all in. And of course you're going to want the top to be pointed up. And then once everything is filled, we're just going to boil it all together. So again, we're going to be differentiating them by the different way that we're tying them. And so I have this kitchen twine over here. And so let me show you all how to make a vegan tamale, and then I'll show you all how to make a non-vegan one, which is basically just the cheese. So let me just, I'll move this over here. What fell? Okay, it was a cheese. But, you know, it's still wrapped in the container, so that's perfectly fine. You all can take a drink. Okay, so this right here is the mix. And so you're just going to take one of your tamale husks over here. And then we're going to take the spoon that we've been using for the masa. And then, of course, we just take a bit of the masa over here. That actually might be too much. And we just smooth it out over here to form like a base. All right. And then what we want to do is, I think, it doesn't matter whether you put the cheese first or the mix first, but I'm just going to go ahead and I think I need to cut this. This is going to be the vegan cheese package. And so they come in strips like this, which is really helpful. But what you're actually going to do, oh my god, come on. Everything's just like all over the place in my counter. What you're actually going to do is just take one of these cheese strips, and then you can either just take like half of it, or I think what I did before was like I would take 2 bits and then just kind of like layer it like so. And then you're going to take about, I want to say like 2 tablespoons of this mix here. I always try to include a pepper piece because that's nice. Just like so, and then you're going to wrap it up together. Ooh, I think, and then this is a good demonstration for when I was like, oh shoot, like I think I have too much and the tamale's going to overflow. I just double wrap it with another tamale. Like so. This one's nice and big. Too big maybe. Yeah, there we go. Let me get it a little bit tighter. Yeah, nice and tight. And then we're going to have this string over here. And then we'll just cut it, and the official code I decided to do, and I better not forget this, is if it's a butterfly knot, it's gonna be vegan cheese. And a double knot, hopefully it just doesn't fall when it's steaming, is going to be regular cheese. And so here we go. And so I'm gonna make a shit ton of these, and then we're all going to go ahead and basically just whatchamacallit. Yeah, we're gonna heat these up, and then you're gonna heat it up for how long? You're gonna boil it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I'll be seeing you all then. But right before that, we're going to be finishing up the pumpkin spice empanadas. Eddie's going to get some Taco Bell because he doesn't care about my feelings when he could be eating delicious tamales from now. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so but I'm going to go ahead and finish up these tamales, and I'll see you all soon. Why, hello everyone. So my hands and my fingers are now really red from making all of those tamales. I realized I actually didn't show you all how to make the regular cheese tamales, but really it's just taking the cheese, kind of like cutting it, and then like folding it all together. So now, as you can see, my lovely pot of tamales is now heating. I also have some like leftover things. I think I could have like sardined them really a lot more closer, but I just wanted to get these tamales going. So these are going to be going for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Super behind schedule. But now we're going to come back to the empanadas. So now these have been cooling for about like 2 hours now, or I think 3 hours for this, and maybe, yeah, like about that. Ooh, so like, as you can see, this kind of all comes together. This dough. Whoa. So now it's kind of like this circle. I'm just going to go to directions, and yeah, you divide the dough into 12 balls, and then you spoon 1.5 tablespoons of the filling to the disc. Now, I think we lost some of the filling, so maybe a little bit less than that. Press with a fork to seal. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these balls and kind of just like split them in here. So we're just going to go one by one and turn these into like 12 balls. So I think what we're going to do is basically, okay, this is a disc, and then you're just going to spoon some of the mixture in here. So you're just going to take some of the mixture here. And then empanadas are like, they're like little triangles, right? Here we go. So cute. And then I guess, let me see. Okay, yeah, into a disc. And then, okay, you press with a fork to seal. I really should let this cool because this is like not folding over. It's like completely like puckering out and stuff. Or I just put in too much. Help. Yeah, I think what you're supposed to do is basically do this. But let me just put this aside for now. It's not working out. Okay. So this one is a disc. Yeah. Yeah, have a disc like this. Put in the filling, and then there's still all of these like corn husks here. And then okay, yeah, you fold it over. Uh-oh. It's spilling out again. And I think you just crimp it like this. Yeah, to make the filling. The problem is that this has spilled over again, so what are we to do? I'm just gonna do my best, you all. Okay, that's my little sloppy little empanada. Oh my god, I think this has the little bit of, oh my god, good thing I found this. This has the tiny bit of piconcillo that's left. Oh my god. It never completely melted. Screaming. Oh my god, I'm like getting this everywhere. Hold up. That tastes good though, y'all. The filling is good. But yeah, here are my empanadas. I feel like I'm gonna probably have to bake them for a longer amount of time just because, like, you know, they're much bigger than they were supposed to be. I'm gonna taste this again. That's good. Ooh, sweet. You should try that, Eddie. So, yeah, we have 1 more hour until the tamales are ready. And I'm going to go ahead and bake these for, I think it's 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to do 20 minutes to start off with. And then, yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's kind of heavy. Ooh. Owie, owie. Alright, you all. And I'm gonna see you all when everything's ready. So, yeah, I'll see you all soon. Hello, everyone, and now the tamales and the empanadas. These are some fugly looking little empanadas are now done. So I'm like super excited to show you all. I've let these rest for about 5 minutes, and so you should be able to differentiate them by like the different wrappers and stuff. So Eddie said that he just wanted a let's see, a Soyrizo one. So let's give him this one right here. Woo, that's hot. So we're just gonna go ahead and try them right now. So I think I'm gonna eat, let's see. Ooh, yeah, these are pretty hot. I'm just like fishing them out for myself. Oh, this one's way bigger. Okay, hold up. I can grab it with chopsticks. I'm silly. Okay. So I'm gonna go fish out. They've had a little bit of time to rest, but they're still pretty hot. So yeah. So I'm gonna get a Soyrizo one, and then I want a vegan one because I haven't had the chance to try that one yet. So I'm trying to like look for one right now. Is that one it? Is that one? This one's it. Okay. Whoa. This one's got some cheese. Whoa! Looks like the cheese has completely melted. That's so interesting. Okay, cool. And then we also got our little empanadas. So I'm going to give this one to myself. And then, Eddie, do you want one or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, all right. Here you go, Eddie. And now it's time for the taste test.
You want me on video or not?
Yeah, do you want to? Yeah, so they'll have two things to look at. Okay, cool. All right, now the cutie's going to come on screen right over here because we don't have a special guest at the moment. I'm going to try the empanada first. Mmm. Okay. Mmm. That cream cheese crust is really good. Wow.
Oh, I'm coming in.
That empanada is really good. I'm quite happy about that. I wish someone else could try this immediately. Mmm.
Oh, it's so hot.
Yeah, he's trying the Soyrizo one.
Mmm.
I think the texture looks about right.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, the masa texture's right. Definitely some of them were kind of coming apart. As good as fuck. But now let's try the vegan one, because I was really curious about that.
Wait, so is there salsa to go with it or no?
No, I didn't get a chance to make salsa because of all the stuff I was making. Yeah, with salsa it'd be really good.
Yeah, that added some more to it, but it's good without it either way. See ya.
Where are you going? I didn't say you could leave. I'm
going
just
over
kidding.
here.
He's gonna eat some more. Okay. All right. So I have the cheese opened up. Now I think this is the vegan cheese. Some of them I did mark wrong. That's vegan cheese, all right. The vegan cheese is sort of like, yeah, it's sort of mild. The cheese has kind of spilled out, and it doesn't really taste much like cheese, I'd say. But yeah, I would still say the OG recipe is pretty good, but I actually like the Soyrizo one even better now. So I really enjoy it. I'm gonna just eat some more. Hold up. So I would say, yeah, overall I'm really happy. I don't think the Poblano pepper one ended up as good as the first time I did it. Maybe just some more seasoning. I think I did put some extra seasoning. Like, I was experimenting with the Soyrizo, and that really paid off. So I'm really happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and post these recipes also online so you all can enjoy too. But thank you all so much for watching. Again, consider paying the cover if you haven't had a chance to already. But I really hope you enjoy this. I know you all saw a crazy long process. But I hope you consider trying this as well. This is just a really great treat. Definitely recommend that Soyrizo recipe, worth the extra work. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.